Well, good morning, community. Welcome to Stroke of Genius Podcast Survivor Experience. I'm your host, Aaron Avila. I got something on my heart I want to share with you this morning. And the title of this podcast is Stroke Survivor Transformation, where change begins. I'm going to tell you what I've learned over the last 13 going on 14 years of stroke survival. But it really all started in my when I first had my brain aneurysm stroke. So let's start the show. We got a short time. Let's get into it. Welcome to Stroke of Genius Podcast Survivor Experience, where I believe mindset is the foundation of your recovery. I'm your host, Aaron Avila, a 13-year post-survivor of a brain aneurysm and stroke. Join me now as I share survivor stories of resilience and triumph around the globe. So without further ado, let's get to it. Well, good morning, community. Good morning, my brothers and sisters, stroke survivors. Aaron Avila coming to you live 1 hour north of San Francisco in Santa Rosa, California. Today's show is Stroke Survivor Transformation. Where does change begin? You know, so many of us, as stroke survivors, we get stuck. We think change is not possible. I'm going to tell you a little story about how I started my journey in this stroke and brain injury journey. 13 going on 14 years ago, when I first had my brain aneurysm and my stroke. When I got home, I was laying there, half paralyzed in bed. I was barely speaking at that time. It was brutal. I remember where my point of change began, and this is true for your stroke survival. You have something inside you that can give you a leading victory over your stroke, and you can live a fulfilled life after stroke. It's possible. And I'm going to tell you where that change begins. But first, let me tell you a little bit. For those that don't know, I had my brain aneurysm, my stroke, back at September 17, 2010. At that time, when I first got to the hospital, and I could barely hold my head up, but I could speak. Maybe I was mumbling most of the time. And it was brutal. I could remember laying in bed and going, my life is over. My life is over. I sit there for trying to think of ways I'd get myself half paralyzed carcass out of my wheelchair, out of my bed, in the wheelchair, up the ramp where I kept my 40 Smith and Wesson in the closet. And I was gonna end it because I felt my life was over. And it's amazing how things work out. Because look at me now. What you're seeing today is not the way it used to be. The way it used to be was dark, suicidal, felt there was no hope. But transformation occurred. It occurred in a moment, in the blink of an eye. And I'm going to tell you how it occurred. And this transformation is true for you today. It's available for you today. That I will tell you, when I was laying there, contemplating suicide, felt like God didn't buy you, felt like God no reason to live. I turned on the TV and began to watch YouTube. I came across this man named Jeffrey Hazelett. he began to talk about success and talk about how the impact in the world is through attitude, is through being relentless, never giving up. I start going, hey, I don't have to have a defeated attitude, a deflated attitude. I don't have to feel my life is over. No, the real transformation takes place when you and I decide in our mind. Because that's where the real transformation takes place. Do not think your transformation takes place in the moving of your hand or whatever. It takes place, starts in your mind. You have to change your mindset. And when I was listening to global business celebrity Jeffrey Hazlett talk about how attitude was the key to success. Attitude was the key to victory in my life. Here I was laying there, thumb life's over. I had to shift my attitude. I had to shift my mindset. That stroke survivor is where your transformation starts. It starts in your mind. It doesn't start anywhere else except your mind. So do not think that it starts with the movie of your hand. It starts with you, whatever physical deficit you have to overcome. Your real transformation will take place the way you think and in your mind. To prove that point, I will give you an example. Wright Brothers, the plane. Someone in their mind thought first, I'm going to be an airplane. I'm going to be an aircraft. Had a vision and a dream in his mind and acted on that thought, that mind. And I'm saying, and now look at us today, fly over the world. I'm telling you, and that's true for rockets, any great accomplishment in life. Anybody in the world, it starts with your mind. So today, I want you to know your true transformation as a stroke survivor starts the way you think, what's in your mind, how you think. Stroke will lie to you. Stroke lies. If there was any thing of a common enemy, it's stroke. Because it lies to you, tells you worthless, tells you just a burden, tells you you're not a very good husband, whatever. But if you want to see true transformation in your life begin to take place, you have to change the way you think. Because the real transformation in your life as stroke survivor begins in the way you think. See, I was fortunate to have global business celebrity Jeffrey Hazlett on YouTube that day. I mean, I'm suicidal. I was talking my life was over. And then he began to tell me my success was attitude. My success was in my mind. You know what? I began to think big, act bigger. That was a book that Jeff just wrote. Think big, act bigger. Do you want to drive? Do you want to whatever? You have to be able to see it in your mind. It is where true transformation begins. I can remember when I first had my stroke, I would join groups that really emphasized the physical recovery. That all their attitude, all their group was nothing more than judging what they could do and regain their movement. But really, you have to decide in your mind first you're going to work at it. You're going to move your hand. So here today, I don't care what deficit you have. You have to remember I was mute when I first had my stroke. I could speak or utter one word. Look at me now. I host 2 podcasts a week. I built Stroke TV Media, which is tuning in and has become a worldwide movement. Now, the other option would have been to be dark and not live life again. I had this sister of mine. You may have met Leanne Walton on one of my podcasts. She says it best. You cannot control what happens to you. I repeat that. You cannot control you had a stroke. But what you can control is how you respond to it. And that is where true transformation as stroke survivor begins. It begins with you realizing it must respond differently. You have to respond with positive mindset. You know, Henry Ford said, "What do you think you can, or what do you think you can't? Both are correct." What is Henry Ford saying in there? Bryce, I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to take a pause. I'll get back to Henry Ford in a minute, but I got my bro Bryce. So Bryce out there made a great comment. I really appreciate that. He said, "Thanks for your service to the stroke community." And that's really what I am. I am servant. I am here for you. I am here for you. We got Jeremy Parrish and I Kingdom. He's out there too. Please put in the chat what state or country you're from. If you want to have to give a shout out. But I want to get back to Henry Ford. Whether they think it can or whether they think it can't, both are correct. What is Henry Ford saying there? He's saying that it begins in your mind. You have to, whether you tell yourself you can, I can overcome stroke. I can find life after stroke. I can become a stroke warrior. Guess what? You will eventually, you will come into that. Your actions, where the mind goes, the body follows. Let me get this because so many people get it backwards. Where the mind goes, the body follows. Way to go, Bryce. Thank you. See, everybody, I'm going to give you. Again, Bryce being very active out there. I appreciate the comments out there and chat. Thank you very much. It makes a better show. It's about us, not about me. I'm not. This show is not about me being. It's about your comments. So please feel free to put your comments. I'll bring them up on screen. Oh, there! Look at this. There's my bro, Jamie Parrish. He's in England. I think you're in England, right, Jamie? Garden City, England. But, you know, thank you, Jamie, for being on. You're always faithful, brother. I love you, and I send you love energy from California on the other side of the pond. But I want you to realize this morning one thing. Walk away with one thing. It's what you think. You know, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't. It's up to the way your mind thinks. You could shift the way you could control the way your mind thinks. A stroke will lie to you until you're worthless. You could respond differently, say, "No, I'm not. I am worth it. I am going to beat the stroke. I am going to do whatever." I am saying that you have the choice to make that. You have the chance to make that decision today. My life from this point on will be different. Do you have to be walking like you saw Bryce out there? Him and I are both in wheelchairs. I dream and have a vision of walking someday. In my mind, now I respond either say I can't walk or I can. I'm telling you today, I will walk someday. I really believe that I will die trying. I don't care. But it starts in your mind. It is the way you think. Why you would notice in this podcast, me bring to light and spotlight not stroke survivors always, but those stroke survivors that through the power of the mind and the way they think, they have transformed into a stroke thriver. They now use their stroke to help people. And I'm telling you today, if you shift your mindset, you shift the way you think, you also can become a stroke thriver today. I'm not saying don't worry about like changing physically instantaneously. Just start changing the way you think. You get those thoughts, negative thoughts, replace them. Don't resist them, just replace them. I can do this. Negative thought says, I can't. I can't. Change it. I can. I can. And as you learn to change your mindset, you will do that. Bryce said something in chat says mind reset. You have an opportunity this morning, every day you wake up, to change the way you think. And I'm just encouraging you today, realize that the real transformation you're looking for is not in your ability to move your arm or move your hand or drive or whatever. That is not where change begins. Change begins in your mind. I cannot stress enough how I'm going to tell you how I do it. Every day I listen to anywhere from 2 to 3 inspirational videos a day. I kill my mind with positive affirmations, positive videos, positive input. Why? Because stroke wants you to believe that you can't. And I'm saying you can. Start today beginning to change a little bit. Change one thing. Start listening to one positive motivational video today. You go on YouTube. It's motivational. Go to Stroke TV Media YouTube channel. Subscribe. And then go to the playlist. Go to the playlist, Stroke of Genius Podcast, Survivor Experience, and look at the many people I have interviewed that have done just that. They've changed their mindset. They've gone from stroke survivor, where we all go through stroke survival, but there has to come a point where we say that's enough. I'm living a life to the fullest now. And it's possible. It's possible. But I'm telling you this morning, if you want a tool to help you think differently, start bathing your mind, saturating your mind with inspirational videos. If you need some, message me and I'll send you some links. I'll give some people to listen to. Motiversity is the one I use a lot. I'm a spiritual man, so I listen to a lot of spiritual videos too, inspirational videos. But I want you to remember one thing. Remember that I was a guy that's out there suicidal, negative, dark. I felt my life was over. I couldn't even get an impact. Look now. Look at me now. Look what I'm doing. I'm not saying look at me like I'm saying you can do the exact same thing. And the only way you're going to do it is you change the way you think. You know, I have quoted Dwayne Dyer many times, and I'm going to quote him again. Change the way you look at things, and things you look at will change. That's not a play on words. That is legit. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. You have the ability to influence your surroundings. How? Change the way you look at life. Change the way you look at your stroke. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd build a global movement, go Stroke TV Media, and host a podcast 2 times a week. In the beginning, my mind told me I couldn't, but I responded differently. I learned that I could. So, what I'm just saying to you today, start today. Message me if you need motivational videos. Go to YouTube, just type in motivational videos, inspirational videos. Saturate your mind, coach your mind with positivity. Positive mindset cannot hold negative mindset, meaning you cannot be positive and negative at the same time. So if you want to push that negative thoughts out of your head that makes you think you're not going to amount to anything after a stroke, the lie. It's not true. You could push it out with positivity. With inspirational videos would change your mindset right now, today. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't have those dark times. We all have the dark times. Anybody that tells you they're always positive is not being honest. Because I have those negative dark times too. But you got to remember when those negative thoughts come in, you must push them on with positive mindset. Positive thoughts. Say positive things about yourself. When your stroke tells you're worthless, say, no, I'm not. I am a stroke driver. I am going to become a stroke driver starting this day today. See, you have the choice. You have the mind to do it. And that goes back to what I quoted Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, both are correct. So if today you said, I can become a stroke driver, I can get better, I can do it, guess what? You will. Transformation is on the story to you. You are in control of it. You are the one. You know, I want to take a minute, this last few minutes we have together, and just say thank you. I want to say thank you to for all the support of Stroke TV Media. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching this video. I would not be doing what I'm doing without you. If there's anything you can do, just being here, being part of this community is huge. I mean, if you want something to change the way you feel about yourself, you want to have an impact on somebody's life, contact me. I can give you things to do. In fact, Sherry Patterson and I are working on a volunteer application. So you now will become a Stroke TV Media volunteer, a representative, volunteer representative. So we're going to call them Stroke TV Media representative, volunteer. So we're going to be working. I'm going to be opening up. Sheriff Dallas and I are going to be working on it together. But I just want to say there's so much. I definitely could use help. You want to get involved? You want to do something proactive in people's lives? You want to impact stroke survivors' life? Give me a message. Let me know. I'll contact you. But as we wrap up the show, we're getting down the end. I just want to say today, to make that one change. Watch one video, maybe two inspirational video today, and just watch it. I think if you go to Stroke TV Media on YouTube, which you guys are on, there's a playlist called Inspirational Videos. That's a good place to start. Watch podcasts and how fast I've done. Watch how people come from darkness to light. How they've gone from feeling like they're worthless to feeling and really making an impact out there in the stroke community. It's possible. Today is the day you could change your life. Just change the way you think. I promise you, life will change. All right, everybody, believe it or not, we're down to the end. Appreciate being out there. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please consider subscribing to Stroke TV Media YouTube. It definitely will promote and help Stroke TV Media spread the good news of just there is hope. JB, I see you out there, Jamie. It's still out there. If you ever want to come my show, I'd love to have any, and that true is true for not just Jamie. If you're out there and you want to become a guest, or you want to be a guest on my show, tell your story, that's what they built this for, to give you a platform to tell your story. And now, Stroke TV Media, as of 2024, has made a change, welcoming all brain injury survivors. If you've had a TBI, if you've had any type of brain injury, you're welcome to be a guest on my show. In fact, if you survive cancer, you survive any life-threatening plight, get a hold of me. Come to your story. I don't care if it's stroke. I don't care if it's brain injury, cancer. In fact, I just had a conversation with a lady that has survived breast cancer. She's come on my show to tell me her story. So I didn't want you to think this podcast is only about stroke survivors. I'm a stroke survivor, obviously, but it could be any survivors is welcome to come on the show. We're just trying to be a little bit more inclusive, a little more expand my vision a bit. All right, everybody, appreciate being out there. Thank you so much. Take a big bang out there. Bryce, Jamie, others. If you're watching this replay, please subscribe to Stroke TV Media on YouTube. Really important. Everybody, have a great day. Set me on.